Alright guys, we're back at it again tonight. It's Friday night. And yeah, so we're getting there slowly. And so what's on the agenda tonight is basically just kind of just giving her some TLC. I'm gonna put the sway bar links on and links deals, the bushings. It came with new hardware. I'm gonna do a loafer and do the transmission fluid. And then I'm gonna look and see if there's a fuel filter on the rail. I think this one has it in the tank, and there's not much I can do. But when I get these boards out of here, I'm gonna have to look and figure out what's going on with my cinder or whatever's going on out there. And then I got to figure out what's going on with the back tank in here, because when I smelled it, it smells like varnish. You know what I'm saying? And it's not feeding the other one because it's not reading correctly, and so like I don't want it to accidentally start reading correctly and then feeding the other one, so I need to just pretty much just disable this tank. I don't know if I'm going to take it out or what I'm going to do, but I need to like disable it so that, and then fix the one. I mean, it's a 40-gallon tank, so I mean that should be okay for a while. So anyways, that's the plan. So anyways, but tonight I'm going to, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to pull the belt off and start it up and see if I hear that whining noise. If I don't hear it, then I pretty much know that it's the power steering. And what I'm basically going to do is I'm going to just throw some, just going to flush out the power steering fluid. So we've already got new coolant, so we're going to have new power steering fluid, we're going to have fresh oil, and we're going to do a trans service, and then we'll check out the pan and see how the pan looks. I'll get the GoPro up underneath there. And then I also got a seal for the for that passenger side, for the rear wheel seal, because we definitely got to fix that because it's leaking like crazy. And well, you can't see it there, but it's just, while it's sitting, it's leaking because it's like leaning that way. So it's definitely got a leaker going on there. So we've got to do that. And I think I'm gonna inspect them when I'm in there, but I think my parking brake shoes are probably done. I can push that thing all the way to the floor, and I'm not sure if there's an adjustment on it. I might look and see, but I'll inspect them anyway. So I'm kind of like, as I go along, I'll buy something that I need for the next step. I don't want to, you know, it's like if I go to a certain step and then like there's like catastrophic something happening, then I'm going to stop there. But I'm just slowly going and moving along. So tomorrow we're going to get out the wrecking yard, put the boy down for the nap, and then I'm going to roll it out to the wrecking yard. Wife can take over on babysitting duty, and or parenting duty, I guess I should say. But anyways, we'll roll out to the wrecking yard, and then I'm going to search for a hood and search for a grill, search for a light, and then I've got an ABS light on, but I seen the wire for this sensor, it's smashed, so I'm going to see if I can pull one of those ABS wire and sensors out of another vehicle. And what else? I think that's really all that I want to get from the wrecking yard. I really want to get this grill and hood. I want to make it so it doesn't look so bad, because I got the tarp over it, and I'm sure my neighbors are digging me. I've seen like people coming around taking pictures today. Probably the association, because it looks like, you know, Dave's junkyard over here, you know. So anyways, I'll let you go. Let's get into this sucker. I'm gonna pull the belt off first, start it up, and let's see if that noise goes away. Cross your fingers. Alright, so basically what I do with power steering stuff is I just suck it out with my little sucker here. And as you can see the fluid there, it's pretty damn nasty. It smells pretty bad. So that's really all I could get out. I'm gonna give it a little time. Maybe some will drain back from the cooler or something. I don't know. Maybe I'll give it just a few minutes. Maybe a little more will get in there, and I'll suck the rest of it out. So I know I'm not going to get all of it. I know I could probably do this a different way, but this is just the way I do it. So at least I'll get, you know, the majority of the fluid that's in the reservoir out of it. And then I'm going to fill it up. And then, I don't know, like, I have had this stuff laying around, and I might try it. It's this Lucas stuff. Maybe I'll just put a little in just to kind of lube it up a little bit. But, I mean, it's not leaking, but it says it stops whines and stuff. But maybe it'll prolong it. I have another pump, but I don't really feel like putting one in right now, but I mean, it's not the biggest deal in the world. probably just swap the whole accessory deal since I got another alternator on the other one that I got. So it's in the K20. That's it. So give it a few minutes. I'm going to suck some more out, and then I'm going to fill it up, and then I'll do the bleed action where you turn the wheel lock to lock. Since I got it up in the air, that shouldn't be too big of a deal. But yeah, it's pretty nasty fluid. Yuck. All right. Alright guys, ran into a bit of an issue here. I thought it was like I had a bad filter or something, maybe the threads were messed up, but then I realized that I grabbed the other one, another one that I had, and it wasn't right. So I went and did some looking, and I think like 06 and above, like I think the lower years had like a 13/16 filter of thread, and I think the new ones are like 22 millimeters. So I tried to like cruise up to frickin' AutoZone real quick, the one down the street, and I got there at 10:01, and they were like, "Kick rocks, homie," and I was like, "Yeah, all right, I understand." So yeah, so anyway, so tomorrow I'll run out, and while I'm out at the wrecking yard, I'll grab the right one. So I'll move on to dropping this trans pan, and we'll get finished up here. Let me dump my my oil pan here, and we'll move on. Alright, so I was actually quite surprised that I didn't spill this all over my head, but interestingly enough, like, this fluid is like, it looks like motor oil. There's just like, there's not a ton. Even on the magnet, I mean, there's a little bit. I mean, that's just kind of like normal wear stuff there. So, I mean, you know, maybe this transmission will hold up for a little while, who knows, I mean. But I was expecting to see a bunch of clutch material on the bottom, and I'm not seeing that. So I think it's just, you know, it's just that there more than this was in my other Turbo 400 in the K10. So I think they just burn up the fluid, and yeah, I don't know. So like I said, there's not a shit ton of material in here, but she definitely, it looked like motor oil coming out of there. Seriously, it looked like some nasty ass crude. They got a nice filter on here. I might just reuse this filter. It's a good looking filter. Probably seal better than the one that came with my kit. Let's see. Does it feel hard or anything? I don't know. I think it's sealing okay. Maybe I'll just reuse this one. Huh. Why not, right? This is a good looking filter. Or I mean, gasket. Let's reuse this gasket. Anyways, I'll put a new filter up in there, and then we'll get the sucker back on, and yeah, I'm gonna reuse this sucker because it looks nice. I like it. And then yeah, so in the morning I'm just gonna have to get an oil filter, and then yeah, I don't know, it sucks, but so we won't be able to start it tonight and let it run and stuff. But anyways, we'll get some. I'll start with throw 8 quarts back up in here. I'll put the filter up in there real quick, throw 8 quarts up in there, and then tomorrow we'll get our oil thing figured out and get her started and see how she does. So I think this is all I'm going to get to tonight, is just these couple things. So once I get this and put some fluid in, it'll be time for me to go in, and then we'll work on some of the suspension stuff and that wheel seal later. I probably don't have a whole lot of room. Yeah, I'm probably going to need more room than that, because yeah, I gotta pull the axle out, right? Yeah, so I'll probably move it. I don't know. Maybe I'll back it into my. No, I probably can't. Don't have enough room for that. But I'll probably turn it around. That way I have more room to work. So, we could do that tomorrow. All right, that's it. I'm gonna finish this sucker up.